Gwinnett County Police Communications.
December 5th.
I'm a psychologist in New Hampshire, and I'm a little worried.
Aaron Wolf requests a welfare check to the Lawrenceville home of his in-laws.
She hasn't been answering the phone, and some comments her husband has made is making us a little worried.
Jennifer and Jeffrey Ramsdell, married more than 30 years, have been struggling for the last one after their youngest son committed suicide. Aaron says it led to his in-laws having their own ideations of it. But on this day, things seemed more urgent because Dad allegedly called other family members, telling them he wanted to, quote, do a murder-suicide and to pick up the dogs.
The police said they couldn't go inside. They didn't have reasonable cause. There was no reason for them to. And I kind of pulled out the fact that I'm a mental health worker, and I said, listen, in my personal opinion, you have to go in.
12:58 p.m., Aaron and his wife request Gwinnett PD to go to the home. 2:17 p.m., an officer notes in the dispatch log he attempted contact at the residence. By 5:10 p.m., according to the CAD report, the Ramsdells are found. They have fatal gunshot wounds. In the 4 hours in between, Aaron claims police failed to perform an effective welfare check.
You really feel without a shadow of a doubt in your mind that police could have saved your in-laws or at least one of them?
Yes, without a doubt.
In the initial welfare check, body camera reveals the officer knocks on the door, then waits. He does it once more, then ultimately leaves.
No answer.
The whole check lasts less than 3 minutes.
It seems like a lot wasn't done.
After the check, the officer called Aaron to tell him of the attempt.
Just wanted to call, let you know, I went by the house.
Aaron once again repeated his fears, asking the officer to reconsider entering the home. The officer then calls his supervisor to weigh the risk.
I'm just sitting here thinking, we kick this door in, and they're not in there. Who's going to be able to repair the door for them?
Yeah.
Despite the family's concerns, police decide against going in.
I just don't know. I don't think we're there.
Yeah, and
We're going to 541.
I hate to tell them this, but say, you know what, give it a day.
Well, and that's just it. If they're dead, they're going to be dead tomorrow.
Yeah, I said give it a day, and on Tuesday, have them try another one, because by then, it should start to smell.
If that's your point of view, why are you a police officer? Honestly.
CBS 46 Investigates reviewed Gwinnett PD's welfare check policy. It states in part, members will make a reasonable effort to conduct a welfare check of citizens.
Isn't the danger with that kind of that it's subjective?
Yes, ma'am, and that is the danger.
Law enforcement veteran and Metro Atlanta Police Union Rep Vince Champion reviewed the agency's policy too, which continues officers are prohibited from forcing entry into a private residence or business unless there is probable cause to believe exigent circumstances exist.
The problem comes down to your high liabilities and just how far does the public want law enforcement to go in violation of their rights of kicking in somebody's door.
Although the loved ones of the Ramsdell tell officers they should go in,
There is reasonable cause for you to go inside.
Champion argues permission to enter can only come from the homeowners or if there is evidence of something suspicious.
Obvious issues on the outside of the home, broken windows.
Signs it appears the officer did miss. At the time of the officer's initial welfare check, body camera video shows there were 2 bullet holes. This one in the window was old, according to the family, but this one near the bottom of the door, it was new. The medical examiner confirming it was the exit hole of one of the Ramsdell's gunshot wounds. Champion says regardless, because the officer would have no knowledge of what was new or old, the bullet holes themselves should have been enough cause.
I would say that would be enough at that point.
To force entry?
Yes.
Again, police neither forced entry at that point, nor did they do it later. It wasn't until right before 5 p.m. that night, an out-of-town family friend made the 2-hour drive here, entering the home, letting police in, where they found Jennifer and Jeffrey Ramsdell lifeless. Aaron is adamant, had something been done sooner, perhaps someone could have been saved.
It seems like the due diligence wasn't done by the police officers. So even from not going in to the mistake on the bullet hole to the just absence of a standard operating procedure, it seems like a lot was left astray.
The family does not believe policy was broken. Instead, they believe this policy should be evolved. Gwinnett County Police Department did not interview with us, but they sent us the statement saying in part, quote, "We make reasonable effort to make contact. If our officers are unable to make contact with anyone or there are no signs of distress or concern, that is the limit of the action we can take. In most cases, welfare checks do not concern an issue of criminal nature," end quote. In Lawrenceville, I'm Sierra Cummings, CBS 46 News.